Happy New Year, folks. Jake Davis with my first of a series of top 5 videos. It's that time of year. Every New Year's, I like to spend the first week highlighting and going through my favorite movies of the year. And I do it in like an award format, even though, there's not going to be a red carpet or trophies, and only I get to talk. So, that's how I do it, though. So, get right into it. These will be my picks for, I think, the top 5 best supporting actors of 2024. Number 5, say Dennis Quaid as Harvey in The Substance. It was basically this really misogynistic, inappropriate, almost grotesque, high-energy TV executive who pushes out the older aerobic studio instructor, just replace her with a younger, hotter version, who's, unbeknownst to him, blissfully, is the exact same person. This is a fresh, wild, and at times really gross take on Jekyll and Hyde, and there's been all this very deserved praise for her right now. Seems to be one of the front runners for the big award season, but man, I hate to see the fact that Dennis Quaid hasn't really gotten any of that attention. I think he's terrific in this. He's very, very funny. He doesn't have a lot of screen time. That's probably might be what's hurting his award chances, but he is really good in this, and I think he's great. I'd like to see him finally get an Oscar nomination. Number 4, I would say Kyle Gallner as the demon in Strange Darling. A one-night stand spirals into a full-blown killing spree. And he's really good in this. He's because the film's told non-linear, we kind of jump randomly from him being quiet and sensual to hunting people. And really good in it. And he's kind of become a guy... except for like one scene in American Sniper, pretty much everything I've seen this guy in has been a horror movie or a horror TV show. So if there is such thing as a horror king or a scream king, he's a scream king. Number 3, I would say Yura Borzov in Anora. As Igor, he's this simple-minded but good-hearted leg breaker who gets dragged around New York City after a hooker and a drug dealer's, or a stripper and a drug dealer's whirlwind romance comes crashing down. The guy really takes what could have been just another big palooka moose in a gangster movie and tries to bring some genuine tenderness and vulnerability to it. He does a lot with and he does a lot with this role, and I'm not really sure if it's all there on the page or just this guy bring something to it. Pause real quick. Number 2, I would say Hugh Grant as Logan, the Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine. 24 years, 10 movies, and 1 retirement, and we finally get Hugh Jackman in his actual Wolverine suit. Mask, right colors, everything. Now, you know who Wolverine is. 200-year-old mutant with a bad attitude and a worse temper. Adamantium claws, so badass. If you don't know who Wolverine is, I don't know why you're watching this. But, yeah, it almost feels safe. I always do like my superhero movies, and it is a genre that feels like it is in hospice right now. But, honestly, no. Just the car scene alone was one of the best scenes of the whole year in any movie. It just all around. It starts as kind of playful, and then it escalates into being very serious and really personal, and then it just explodes into absurd violence. It's about 4 minutes long, and none of it feels forced. It's completely natural and totally fitting to this character, the world, and the situation they're in. You can't really do that with any old genre. I thought Hugh Jackman was amazing in this. It just shows so much more when you compare it to someone like Brie Larson, as Captain Marvel, and not to just shit on the girls. David Harbour as Hellboy. Both the Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. It just shows so much more. The story, the film works just naturally. We have actors playing characters that they care about and telling a story that means something to them. I swear to God, I think I said that same thing recently. And my number one, my pick for the winner of Best Supporting Actor for 2024, just my opinion, one-man council. Lamorne Morris as Garrett Morris in Saturday Night. I thought he was terrific in this. Garrett Morris, of course, the whole film as you know, probably takes place over only a tight 30 minutes and 90 minutes, and all basically more or less just in one building, and more or less just on one floor of that one building. And it's just so many characters, and Garrett Morris Lamorne Morris's performance really stands out to me because not only does he do a great job of really finding the actual Garrett Morris's mannerisms and cadence and body language and facial expressions, but it doesn't just come off as a performance. It feels like a character. He's going through something. He feels kind of out of place. He feels like the outsider, not just because he's a black man, but he's kind of older than all these guys. And he's a playwright, and he's done opera, and these are a bunch of 20-year-old sketch kids. Why is he really here? And it's not really until and he's terrific in it. Wonderful little character scenes, very, very funny stuff, all pepper out throughout the film. But it's not until this genuinely triumphant moment towards the third act, towards the end of the movie, where it's really just spotlights how important Garrett Morris was to Saturday Night Live. And it's a great scene. It's a terrific movie. It's a terrific performance. And I also got to point out, it really helped when I saw him tell this story that when he first moved to Hollywood, he would lie about being related to Garrett Morris because it helped him get auditions, and I gotta love it. I gotta love that. My honorable mentions, I'd say Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok for Nosferatu. I came this close to nominating him, but to be honest, I love Boy Kills World too, but I'm still sore about The Crow, and I just don't feel like, in the same year as that movie, you don't get a nomination. Kind of the same thing goes for Willem Dafoe. He was great in this, and he was great in Saturday Night, but great in Nosferatu, and he was great in Saturday Night, but at the same time, I hated Beetlejuice too, so I just had to cut him. Kevin Durant was terrific as Proxima Caesar in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but I don't, unless I'm this close to giving it to the actor, I don't want to nominate someone for a motion capture performance. Ryan Reynolds was excellent as Calvin the Clown, and if he had just had a great year, he finally proved that we might have more than one true movie star left. We got Tom Cruise and we got Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds just can make a movie better. He honestly can. And his just wonderful performance as a jaded and weary man who just happens to be the manager of a retirement home for imaginary friends. He was wonderful in this. Chris Hemsworth was terrific as the Dark Lord Dementus and Furiosa, but between the fact that I never really had a desire to go back and watch it a second time, I really hated the oversaturated CGI, and that big nose was a distraction. But God, it is the best performance of Hemsworth's career. Really, pretty much half the cast for Saturday Night. Dylan O'Brien as Dan Aykroyd, Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase, Cooper Hoffman continuing to make his dad proud, playing Dick Ebersol. Tommy Dewey's fucking fiery performance as Michael O'Donoghue. Nicholas Braun doing a double performance, both as playing Jim Henson and Andy Kaufman, and of course the always great J.K. Simmons as Milton Berle. All these guys were wonderful, all helped bring in together such a terrific ensemble of a film. Now, I'm not getting my hopes up for it being nominated for Best Picture. It would be great. But the real tragedy if this movie gets snubbed for any awards would be an ensemble nomination from the SAG Awards. yeah, I guess that's my video. I was going to talk about something else. I'm going to save this note for a different video because I think it'll fit better later. Anyhow, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give me feedback. What did you like? I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.